Okay, and I'm back. And here's my setup. As you can see, there's a pretty good shot of the speakers and everything. I've got three speakers running through it or running into it, and one is a Simmons, the other is a Yamaha, and the other I'm just using is actually a practice amp. It's a Line 6, and it seems to be working pretty well. I'm using that to drive the big Yamaha, and then I also have sound coming out of it. So, oh, actually, I'm coming here. I see what I've done now. I redid this. I have it coming from my mixing board into the one speaker, and then the other speaker is coming also out of the mixer. And so I got all three coming out actually. So it's actually a pretty powerful setup. I get a really good sound here. I get really good echo here in my room, which I have a high ceiling too, and like that. And then as I was saying, that's my camera tripod. A friend of mine gave that to me, and I also have one over here which I'm using for my module. So that would be right over here. And I think you can see it right there. And it kind of broke, and so I just mounted that on it. And then here's the setup. I just put some more drums on it. So you can see I have some of the drums, or some of the cymbals up quite high, way up there. So I like that. That's one of the setups that Terry Bozzio uses. It keeps the cymbals quite high, and it gives, I think it's actually more for just visual effect, but it also gives you a little more room too. And so this is really, I'm going to start discussing running two modules. And here's the two modules over here. And there's the Alesis right there. You can see, yeah, that's a real good module. And then here's the, I just got the Simmons. And I don't have it plugged in though, so. But, and then they're all running into my mixing board. And then I also have a graphic equalizer. And then also a stereo, which is right there, and that's a Sony. So I forget what the graphic EQ is though. I think it's a Technics, and I haven't seen Technics for a while, so I got that at an estate sale. So there's my main power supply coming off the two modules, which should be right here. And then here's these drums. These I haven't piggybacked again right at the moment because the Simmons is off one. But here's my whole setup there, as far as modules and computer stuff and all my digital stuff. And then down here, as you can see, and once again, are my speakers. And I've got them all pointing in at me, so I've got them monitoring everything real well. So, and then here's the drum set configuration. And I like this setup. It works real well. It's close enough so that I can play quite quickly, and yet I've got enough space so you can be seen if you're playing live, which I don't do that much anymore. I've kind of retired. And as I told people before, if you want to see me playing live, now's the best time to do it, because I'm probably not going to be doing it much longer. I'm starting to get at that point in my career. I'm doing more studio stuff now, more recording and things like that. But there's a set, and like I say, it's pretty much custom built. I spent quite a lot of time putting this together. I would say at least 6 months, and like that. And once again, you get a good idea of its configuration right there. And there you go. And as you can see, like I said, the cymbals are up quite high. They're probably at about the 5.5 foot level. So, but by using the two modules, you take a lot of strain off the drum sets. There's my setup right there. You take a lot of strain off the set. When I had it really super piggybacked, it was not responding well. It was quite sluggish. And so I purchased the other one. I got it for about, it was around 100. And I remember I bought my first ride cymbal for, I think it was $100. All I had was one ride. This, you actually, if you buy one of these modules, you get about 8 different settings. So you get a whole bunch of stuff for 100. So it's really a better buy rather than just getting one cymbal. And that's a good shot of my electronic setup right there, the modules and everything. And so what I'm doing, I'm going to get the one online tonight probably, and I'll be running half the set with the Simmons and then half with the Alesis. So I found that works real well. And then you kind of split it. And the problem is that you have to have both modules running simultaneously, or it just doesn't work. So anyway, that's my my discussion on this today. And then, like I say, I think I've discussed sort of how to run the speakers. Like I say, all three, I have multiple outputs on the mixing board. So I have all three coming simultaneously out of the mixer. So, so the three speaker configuration, I get a real nice sound. So it takes up all this whole room. Look at that, it's huge. So, and I believe it's around 25 pieces with the multi-position pads and stuff like that. So, And then I also have my keyboards over here. And I always tell people to learn to play the keyboards. It's very important. And so anyway, I think I will continue discussing this. I'm probably going to talk a lot more about using the electronic drums. I think for the electronic drums, the real benefit is the fact that you can run them one line into a board and record with them very simply. And I'm going to do some of that in a minute, and like that. So it makes things a lot easier. And like I say, I'm running straight out of the mixer into the 3 speakers, like that. And then if I want to go headphones, I just go straight through the Simmons, which is right here. And this actually acts as a mixer. Also, it's actually for a little short breath here. I was playing my recorder earlier, and I gotta quit smoking cigarettes too. But there's the Simmons. It's a really good shot of it. And this acts as a mixing board. Also, you've got 4 channels right here. Almost 4. Actually 4 inputs with the 1/8 inch, and then there's a 1/4. And here's your control switches. And here's the Simmons. And I believe this is the DA50, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see on the back. Oh yeah, that's a DA50. There we get it. That's the light. There we go. DA50. Now I think it's a nice speaker. The only problem about it is you don't have a lot of control over your sound if you're running into it from another unit or something. Well, you do running. The point I'm making is you have to have your source sound turned down. You can have it right here turned off on this thing. If it isn't turned off on your cell phone or whatever you're running into it, your drums or whatever, that's going to control your sound, and it comes smoking in, and I've gotten blasted a few times. So I would be very careful with this thing because it is a power amp. It's like a Marshall stack or something. It's quite powerful. You can damage somebody's ears really easily. So anyway, there's my setup. I think that gives a good overview. You can see it pretty well. There's my cymbals. And here's the rest of it. And then I even use some Ludwig, some of my Ludwig. I have a Ludwig Vistalite from back in the day, a 77 Ludwig Vistalite. Kind of like the set John Bonham played on all those Sapphire. And anyway, so that's my set right there. And here I'm going to get one last shot of it before I end it. And this will be on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it. I don't know why. I'm just kidding. And but there it is. And there's my guitar and everything, my books. So that's what I'm running through right now. And I hope this was informative. If you want any information, you can always contact me at YouTube. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you very much, and have a good evening. Okay, bye.